Now to Pickens County, where a dozen students have been suspended for drag racing. News Source Keisha Foster joins us live and local from our Anderson newsroom. Keisha, where and when did this happen?
Michael, the drag racing happened in the parking lot of Pickens High School before the start of classes Wednesday morning. It wasn't exactly like the popular movie The Fast and the Furious, but nevertheless, the act was still dangerous.
Well, of course, it's dangerous. They're going at high speed, although they just went like 100 yards. Still, students coming in, they could have hit someone, hit another car. Anything could have happened. It could have been bad.
No one was hurt during the course of the high-speed racing that spanned 30 minutes in the campus parking lot on Wednesday. Tire marks can be seen on the asphalt.
This road was completely empty because they were backing up to the third gear and racing to the end.
School Resource Officer Bobby Abercrombie says the incident happened before he arrived at the school, but says Principal Marion Lawson heard the ruckus.
He heard some loud noise, and he went to look, and they all stopped then and ran, So we got them in. They all admitted it.
Pickens County School District officials would only confirm that 12 students were suspended for drag racing. A district representative says it's policy not to comment on student disciplinary actions.
They all admitted that they were drag racing. They were suspended 5 days, and their parking facilities were taken until April of next year.
Officer Abercrombie says if he had caught the students, they would have faced more than punishment at school.
I would have charged them for reckless driving.
And the mother of one of the suspended students contacted News 4. She said she and other parents are upset with school administrators for not communicating with them about the incident, and that they consider these suspended parking privileges too harsh because it will ultimately punish the parents who will have to make arrangements to get their children to school. Keisha Foster, WYFF News 4, live in the Anderson newsroom. For street racing through the Pickens High School parking lot at nearly 50 miles an hour.
This happened Wednesday morning before class. Fortunately, no one hurt. All new at 11. 7 on your sides, Rachel Kent talked to a couple of the students about why they would take part in such a dangerous stunt. Why don't you find out, Rachel?
Well, Tom, you might be surprised that they weren't talking about being suspended. They weren't talking about the consequences. They were actually bragging about who won and who lost these street races. 5-day suspension from Pickens High School. Student Aaron Stedman says it's enough to keep him from street racing, at least on school property. Do you ever plan on doing it again?
No, ma'am.
The school suspended Stedman and 11 others for taking part in an illegal race across the school parking lot Wednesday morning.
I don't get my parking pass back for 5 months.
But 5 days out of class and not being allowed to park on campus are nothing compared to what would happen to Stedman and the others if the cops caught them on the street. Then the drivers would face jail time and a suspended license. Pickens police say the school chose to punish the students on its own and chose not to call police.
They wanted races, they wanted to see if truck was better than whose.
Jake Smith witnessed the race and came very close to participating. Why? He says because of strong peer pressure.
And they was like, oh, come on, you chicken, and I was like, all right. Friends calling you loser because you wouldn't do it.
Smith, Stedman, and other classmates say about 10 cars raced.
This car right here, the Ford Taurus.
And they were easily doing 50 miles per hour across the parking lot.
Just young and dumb. 17 is about all I can tell you.
Smith says the students are lucky no one was hurt, and the only thing anyone is dealing with is a suspension. Now, we called the school to find out why police weren't notified. The school would comment on camera, but they stand by their decision and the punishment. Now, the school resource officer says had he witnessed the street racing, then charges may have been filed. We're live in Pickens County. Rachel Kent, 7 on your side.